building day again, and we are going to continue. Today is a day we're going to do a little bit of miscellaneous items. We're going to start painting our the rest of the panels for the inside for the box, and then we're going to start fitting our custom water tanks under there, which that is our gray water tank. So you can see we put an electric ball valve on there to get the water out, and then this is drain for the sink and for the shower. That's going to be an awesome tank. It fits under the left hand side of the sprinter, and these things where you can see where these necks in there are basically made for that's basically where the support beams are going to go. So everything is molded like nicely around it. So today let me show you, we are painting these panels, and then on Sunday, which is the day after tomorrow, we're going to nicely fit them. This is just the first coat. You can still see it's a little bit brown. So I'm usually doing between 3 and 4 coats on it, and then that keeps it nice and white. So we also have to paint a little bit on the inside of the van that we're going to do with a brush, and then also great, I'm very excited about this, is our Alcoa wheels they have installed. Check this out. How shiny are those? So we went to the Mercedes dealership for this, and they basically installed our Alcoa wheels, and then we have the steel wheels still if we want to. Maybe if we go somewhere where it's really wintry and salt on the roads, maybe then we can put the steel wheels back on so these Alcoa wheels don't get damaged. For now we still have new tires, but I'm looking for more all-terrain tire once these are done. Our side skirts came in, which those are gonna go on here. Those are custom made fiberglass side skirts, so you won't see anything from the tanks underneath. So all great, exciting stuff what's happening right now on the exterior of the Sprinter. Here it is, and I cleaned up my garage, but it's a mess again. I guess that's what happens when you're van building. See, this is like a custom made, molded, all the way side skirt for this van, which is going to be phenomenal. And then that needs to be painted in the same black as the van, of course. So this is where we left off last time. We have our plumbing box, which we're still working on. I ordered these from the Corner Guard store. They're not sponsoring this video, but just to let you guys know, thecornerguardstore.com. They have these chrome looking, diamond plated corner guards, which I thought was awesome because it's a garage and it looks very garagey. Is garagey even a word? I don't know. But anyway, we're gonna put baseboards in the same material on the bottom here, and then all around there we're gonna put the baseboards in the same material, so it's gonna look awesome. And it's also, again, it's gonna be very durable for us to maintain if we, if anything gets in there that's dirty in that garage space. So for the plumbing box, this is what we've done so far. So we installed our pump, and then we installed 2 valves up there, which are going to be our water valves for the different tanks. So this one on the bottom will be for the right hand side water tank, and the other one will be for the left hand side water tank. Meaning if one of the water tanks is empty, we're going to close the valve, we're going to open the other one, and the pump is going to start sucking out of the other water tank. We also have a winterizing kit that we installed, a winterizing valve. Let me see. Alright, a winterizing valve to, if needed, we can winterize certain parts of our plumbing. We have our Pentair SureFlow water pump with filter in front of it. Then we have our accumulator, and that all goes to our water heater and piping. We still have to work on that, but that's why I'm installing all these panels. I'm painting them, and then we're gonna install them, and then hopefully we can finish this whole box up We also are going to have to start plumbing the shower pretty soon, and then run the pipes across for our sink. Also, what we're going to try to do this weekend is install and test fit our water tanks, and then we are basically done with that part of the plumbing. I also have to buy my other water tank still. I have to give them the sizes so those can come in, and then basically we will have 40 gallons of fresh water. We will have 25-gallon capacity of gray water, which we're not going to carry too often because we have the electronic ball valve, and we can basically dump responsibly wherever we want. I mean, you can always find a place to dump responsibly. So we're not planning on traveling with that one full a lot. And then also we're going to have a 15-gallon black tank, which will hold human waste, basically. Good morning, everybody. Today is van building day, and today we're going to start working on our water tanks. These are custom made water tanks that fit on the right hand side of the Sprinter. On the left hand side we will have 2 more water tanks, so we in total will have 4 water tanks. We will have a 28-gallon freshwater tank, which will be our primary freshwater tank, which we can fill both with a pressure fill and a gravity fill. Then we will have this water tank, which is a 25-gallon gray water tank, and we put an electronic valve on this one right here. So then it will, whenever the tank is full, all we need to do is press a button and then it'll come out under the van. The reason why we do that is because gray water you can dump as long as you dump responsibly. You can dump it. It's not a biohazard, so it's perfectly allowed to dump it. So whenever you're in a grass area or somewhere where it's not concrete or asphalt or anything, you just press a button, your tank drains. So for us that was important, since we're gonna have another water tank that is 12 gallons. So we're gonna have a total of 40 gallons of fresh water, 25 gallons of gray water, and then 15 gallons of black water. And of course the black water you can only dump in an area, like a real dump, like in a campground, or a lot of these, what are they called? A lot of these rest areas have them, or pilot stations, or Flying J, all these, like camper gas stations have them. So then you can dump over there. So this will be our custom water tank. You can see it's not square by any means, but on that side of the Sprinter nothing is square either, so it basically has all the nooks and crannies in it where we can basically fit it in. So it's going to be a perfect fit on that side, and then on the other side as well. And then in this big box over here, our side skirts have arrived, which are fiberglass side skirts with steps, both for the sliding glass door and the door in the front. And then on the other side we'll basically have the same thing. But I'll show you guys that later. Now what we're gonna do is, because these tanks are insulated already, so they have 2 layers of plastic, which I don't know if that's enough, but we'll see. We will install tank heaters on these, which will automatically activate whenever the temperature goes below 45 degrees. These tank heater pads will heat this up. Also, these being close to the exhaust of the car, whenever we're driving, that'll have some heat that helps prevent from freezing. Also, we're going to wrap all our pipes, and we're going to wrap these tanks again in a material called Reflectix. So that way it's basically insulated enough, and then with the tank heaters it shouldn't be a problem. So whenever they go under 45, whenever the temperature goes under 45, then these tank heaters activate. Whenever the temperature goes above 68 degrees, they automatically shut off. So that'll be real easy to use. Everything is 12 volts, and I don't expect us to go to very, very cold climates. at least not in the beginning. So we'll see. Plus we have that winterizing valve. If worst comes to worst, I mean, we can always winterize certain parts or everything in the RV if we should feel the need to do that. So this surface, I'm gonna clean this off with isopropyl alcohol. To then make sure that you have to have a good adhesive for your pads, otherwise, you know, it doesn't basically do anything. Your pad has to be attached very good to the water tank itself. And let that dry. I'm very excited about these tanks. And then on the other side, we'll just use the square tanks. I ordered one, I believe, from Plastic Mart, and the other one from Plastic Water Tanks. And you know, that's basically going to be a regular gray, regular black, and a freshwater tank on the left-hand side of the Springer. We're also going to not be able to use all that space, because in that space is also going to be our heater, our diesel S-bar diesel heater. So we're gonna have to, it'll be a tight fit, but I'm sure we can make everything fit on that side. And then of course we're gonna have our dumping station for our black water tank that comes out, which in these side skirts on that side of the Springer will have a door built in. And when you open that, then you'll see the pipe for the black water tank. So that'll work out fine. And then in that is also a it's like a little container that's built in, which will be able to keep our hose for the black water in there, so we don't have to put that inside the van. That's something I really didn't want to do, so again, we're not gonna have to do that. That'll fit nicely in there. So, but all in all, we're gonna have, I mean, serious capacity, whether, you know, it's water. The gray water tank, we're not gonna keep full at any time. I mean, whenever we have a chance to dump it, it's, like I said, it's a press of a button and you can dump it. So that enables us to bring more fresh water at all times with us, which, you know, we're gonna need. I mean, there's 3 of us, but for Lily, it's really gonna be important that she can shower in the van, because it's a hassle for Casey to take her in the campgrounds to shower. So, and Lily doesn't like to shower, so there's that. So this is one of the heater pads. It's a brand called Facon, I don't know how to pronounce it. But from what I read on the internet, it's one of the best brands out there. So I'm going to press it on firmly, but not too much. There we go. And they say not to squeegee it or make movements to where you like wipe it. So that was on the manual. So they just say to press it down evenly, which we're doing. There we go. And that's it, guys. So it's really, that's really all it entails for this heater pad. I'm very stoked about that, because this is going to be pretty awesome. This is gonna be good. I mean, this is really gonna be good. I'm very excited about this, because this will enable us to at least, you know, have some protection from frost. I mean, we already have an insulated water tank. We're gonna have more insulation around it. We have a tank heater and all our pipes will be wrapped. So I think we'll be all right. This is something we did not have in our previous van, and we went out a couple of times in Colorado where it was below 32 degrees and we never had a problem either. So I think it would have to be very cold for this even to play a role in this. But all in all, this is gonna be good. There we go. So this is the end result. Our heater pad is installed to our water tank, and now we're gonna start wrapping it up, and then we'll come back with some more.